Okay. Guys, sorry we're late this morning. We've had a couple of little technical difficulties. I'm Carol Henderson with Life by Design. You know who we are. So I'm going to jump on into this, okay? I've got my co-host, ABarbaraEllison, here with me, and we are so excited. As you know, we're taking a trip. I think we've mentioned it before. And just to start off, it's August 1st. Do you realize half of the year is already gone? What are you doing to maximize your time this year? Making the best of everything and living full on every day of your life.
And full out.
Yes.
And full out.
Yes.
Just what I think one of the biggest things for me is what floats your boat.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what it is. This is Monday Motivations. What floats your boat today? And you know, the thing is, though, so often, and don't you find this, Carol? So often people get stuck in where they are and they think they can't change. Oh, well, I'm already this. Well, if it's not floating your boat, quit doing it.
Yes.
Find the thing that you just really, I always think of it, and Carol and I talk about this often. So what is that thing that lights up your soul?
Yes. Yes.
Because, you know, you always hear that life is too short, and that's absolutely the truth. Life is meant to be lived in ease and flow, so that things that you're not stressed about things, you're not worried about things, you're going along, but everything is going along.
Yes.
You feel good. Your finances are in order. Your family is getting along. All of those things are things I think that we all want.
Yes.
Don't always know how to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's why we are so excited today to tell you about a thing that we're going to this week.
Oh, and we're going to invite you to go with us.
And we're going to invite you to come with us.
Yeah. If you can physically come, there is still time.
Yes.
But you can come through Zoom because we're in Facebook and all these other things. Technology is great because we're going to be doing lots of
just fun things.
Yeah, just lots of little videos of our road trip on Tuesday. No, Tuesday?
Tuesday, tomorrow.
No, I'm talking about last Tuesday.
Oh, last week. Yes.
Anyway, Barbara went from Chicago down to Tulsa and spent a couple of days. Then Friday, she came over to Amarillo and we played in the day and then came home at night in the rain. And thank you, Jesus, for the rain. We've been in a drought and she got to see beautiful rain and some pretty good lighting. Not the best lightning I've ever.
Shows.
Yeah, but it was a good show. And so then we've played for the last couple of days because today's Monday, but tomorrow we're leaving and we're going to go on a road trip to St. George, Utah. We're going to the Master the Power Within. Brandon Broadwater used to share the stages with Robert Kiyosaki,
big name, Tony Robbins,
all the big names,
all sorts of people. Yeah,
and you know his classes were like 2,000 or 3,000 to go to these events, and he made his money in real estate for the most part, his millions, and then decided he wanted to give back, and that's why he started this company, and he quit doing the on stage events. Well, all of the people involved with the company are saying, we really need you to teach us. We need you to work with us. And finally he said, okay, it's time. We get to go to hear him for 3 full days. It's not about the company. The last 3 hours will be about the company. This is not about the company. It is Master the Power Within, what he used to teach from the stage.
Right. And we all have that same power within us. Everything that you need for your life to be happy, healthy, financially free, and abundant, you already have it.
Yes.
You just might not be aware of how to access it.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Carol and I try to do with this show is let's give you some tips, some tools, just some fun things, no matter what it is that we're talking about, but to be able to access that what is already within you. It says in the word that Jesus came that we might have life and have it in abundance.
Yes. Yes.
And that's scriptural. So we have it all. And as Carol, I love when Carol's always talks about that God created this out of words. So what are your words saying about your life?
Yes. Yes. Are you spiraling down or are you spiraling up?
Spiraling up.
So if you want to spiral up, there's still time to join us.
Yes. Let us know.
Yes, we can get you tickets. And like I said, it's not a company event.
No.
It is totally Master the Power Within event. But we get a secret sauce price of $197, under $200.
Under $200.
For a $3,000 event.
Right.
Okay. So if you can get yourself to St. George, Utah by Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
There are hotel rooms still available. There's probably even places that need somebody else to share a room.
Right.
Because I've been seeing it on some of the threads. So let us know. Let us know. We can send you the link to get hooked in on this.
Right.
Because it is going to be amazing.
Right.
And it will help your life. It will make your life run smoother. It will help to motivate you in so many ways.
Yeah.
And make life more delicious, which is our goal.
Yeah. And kind of put you in touch with what we were just talking about. What lights up your soul?
Yeah.
What is that thing that you've dreamed of, that you have thought about since you were possibly a kid, but have never done anything with it because you are either, like I know so many people that are stuck in family businesses. Well, why do you do what you do? Well, it's because it's my family business. And they don't know how to do anything else. Well, if you've got a secret dream that you have never, ever told anybody, tell us.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Tell us what is a secret dream that you've wanted to do. And I don't care whether it's to be a dog walker. A friend of mine is a dog walker. She loves it because she gets to play with the animals. She doesn't have to take care of them. The only thing she does for them is take them for a walk, where she gets to be out in nature. She gets to go to the park. She lets them run around. She gets to visit her friends that are other dog walkers. She loves it.
In a big city, that'd be kind of a cool gig.
Oh,
they get paid really well.
They get paid very well.
Good dog walkers.
Good
dog walkers that will take care of your fur babies like they're your fur babies.
Yeah. And it's just especially the ones that are corporate. They want to have a dog for the fun things, but they don't have the time to do the everyday stuff of feeding them and walking them and that kind of stuff. So so it doesn't matter what it is, but find that thing that lights up your soul that you love to do. And that's one of the things that this event could exponentially push you forward. That's what Carol and we're pretty much already on our journey. We already know kind of where we're going, but I can't wait to get the new insights.
Yes. Well, and also, is there some area in your life you've just not been able to get over a hump? There's a big rock in the road or a boulder. This helps to move those out of the way, whether it's business, relationships, just health. It will help you to find what is that glitch. And that's like my husband's book. It's on things that can impact your life that you may not even know they're there. Exactly. And it's a whole different genre from what the book is. I mean, apples and oranges, they're both fruit.
Right.
Spirit, soul, and body, those are all parts of you, but they're different parts of you. And this will help a great deal in getting you, we always say, over the hump. Right. Have you been climbing this thing, trying to get over, feeling like you're this less than, or feeling like you can't accomplish it, that you can't go for that goal of, dog walker or whatever.
Or people are calling you crazy. You wouldn't believe how many people were like, Barb, really? You want to do what? I said, I just want people to be happy.
Yeah. Well, and I still get people going, you have a podcast?
Yeah.
People call you from all over the world to go on their shows and talk about health. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
literally worldwide for both of us.
Yes. I have done presentations. I am an international speaker. We are international speakers.
Yes.
Because I have done speaking engagements in Australia.
Yes.
In Canada. In England.
And I will say I miss the full on stage that I used to have, where I could stand on stage and really interact with people.
Right.
But you know, I mean, that may be coming right now. I don't want to get on an airplane with all the baggage losses and the
flight cancellations. And
putting a little kid on a different flight from the parents, and the kid was 18 months old, and they would not change. And they're going, well, no, that, and the mom booked all 3 tickets together. You know, it's like,
how does that even happen?
I've been platinum plus whatever executive with the airlines. No, you can keep your flight. We're going to drive this time. We've flown the other times we've done it. We're not afraid of flying. We've flown, you know, post and pre. The sea.
Yeah. So. But you know what, this time though, one day I called Carol, and you know what, listen to your intuition. We've talked about that before. If you are feeling like you should do something, or if you are feeling like you should not do something, heed that voice.
Yes.
That is your inner being.
It's God talking to you. It's out of your gut. Okay.
It's God talking. Yeah. It is God talking. But listen to that. That's your intuition, that you know, and your knower. I called Carol a month or so, maybe 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what, Carol? I mean, I was looking at flights. But it was still fairly far out to actually book the flights. But
the flights were outrageous.
So I said, well, I'm going to wait and see, you know, if the prices come down, Well, then one day, as I was sitting in my quiet time, in my prayer time, I was like, what do you mean drive? Drive? To St. George, Utah? Why would I do that? But then, it's, you know, like when you heed that voice, that intuition, the first time you hear it, but then if it's the right seed, it will start to grow. And I think like the next day I said, Carol, I think I'm being led to do a road trip and to drive. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. She says, well, great. I said, I'm going to go from Chicago to Tulsa, go and visit with a friend of mine who's just had a new grandbaby. And I said, and then go to St. George. She says, well, great. She said, pick me up in Texas.
Yeah, because it's really coming from Tulsa. I mean, it may be 100 miles more the down and the up, but I mean, 100 miles out of 2,000.
Right. The funny part is that I said, sure. I automatically said, sure, I'll come pick you up, not even thinking about the map. Then, of course, so sometimes that's a little lesson for today. Just say yes.
Just say yes. It's a good and godly thing. If somebody's saying, let's go rob a bank.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. Say no.
But if it's something that it's like you feel like you're being led to do, just say yes. The details will really work out. So then it's like, okay, I better get out a map. So there was me. I mean, okay, Google how to get from, you know, to see the whole trip. Well, it was like, oh, this is going to be a breeze to pick up Carol in Texas.
Yeah, and company. You know, and safety. There's safety in numbers.
Yes,
got somebody to watch your back.
Yeah.
And we get to go in, and she's going to get to see all kinds of wonderful places. Yep. We debated staying on the road or just doing a straight through, and with 2 drivers, we can do a straight through.
We're doing straight through. On the way back, that might change.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, might change. And because we'll be tired from the event, because it's going to be so good.
It's going to be a great event. Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, so what are you doing? Back to my first question.
Exactly.
What are you doing to maximize what you are doing this year?
Right.
What is your goal?
Your design.
We still have 5 months left in 2022. Okay. What is your goal? What do you want to say on New Year's Eve of I got this done.
Right.
Okay?
What's your vision?
Yes. What is your vision? Write it down. Make the vision plain. It's in the scriptures.
And
You
have
know,
it done.
yeah, because if you don't, you're just kind of wallowing around out here. And for years, I resisted having a vision board. And if we were upstairs, I could show it to you. But it's, and there's so many ways to make a vision board. You can make them elaborate, you can make them plain.
Yeah.
One of my mentors years ago had his all framed. And he had one wall of visions that he wanted. And those were what were in front of him. But then behind him was ones that had manifested.
Yes.
And so I took that to heart, and I have a wall upstairs, and I have all these things on it, and then up across the top, and I have about 5 or 6 more. We should hang them while you're here.
Okay.
But anyway, 5 or 6 more to put up across the top. Cars. I mean, I visioned 3 BMWs, okay, that I didn't pay for, up on my wall. Just little things like that. Keith's book. Keith's book in Spanish. It's well received in Africa. No, not Africa. Mexico. Wrong continent. But it's been translated into Spanish, and it's been well received in Mexico. And so, that goes back to the power within. Brandon is going to teach us how to get through blocks.
How to access it.
If you have blocks, we have a friend in a very toxic relationship, ex-toxic relationship. She's in the process of navigating the leaving of that toxic relationship. And she's reading the book because Keith's book lays out a lot of spiritual principles, but practical principles
things too.
Of how to overcome those things. Where, like over and over here, we talk spirit, soul, and body.
Right.
And Brandon's stuff will be more in the soul and body area of how to get over those humps, get over those boulders. So I want to again say, join us.
Yeah.
If you are anywhere able to get to St. George
within 2 hours of St. George.
If
Vegas
they're
is
10 hours, they can road trip like
that's
we do.
That's true too.
But I mean, because it doesn't start till Thursday morning. 9 o'clock Thursday morning. We can probably find somebody you can room with if that is an issue. But do join us. It is going to be so powerful, and not about a company. It's about you and your power within. So I want to say that. Also, I want to say, keep your head on a swivel. It is getting more and more volatile.
Yeah, that's a good word.
In so many areas. I mean, people are having blackouts. They're having floods. They're having, earthquakes,
fires,
fires. Oh,
unexpected. California's on fire.
Yeah. Well, in Tennessee, is it Tennessee or Kentucky is underwater?
Yeah.
The poor people in the Appalachia, in the mountains, all the water runs down. Whole towns have been washed away. Go look at the tapes that we have on here. I think it was called
when the heat hits, or
right. But I'm trying to think what we named them, but it was like it wasn't a news break, but something like that. It had a microphone on there.
Right.
What to do in excessive heat, because we've had tremendous excessive heat, and what to do when the power goes out, because the power grids have been failing all over the country here in the heat. And that whole show, those 2 shows, and I really would like to do more. Put it in the comments if you want us to do more shows like that.
Yeah.
But Barbara, we were talking about the hot, because it was 108 here. And I was actually had a garage sale planned that day, and I'm not a garage sale person anyway, but I had a lot of stuff that my kids had left here. So anyway, you can hear all about that on that show. But anyway, Barbara researched, what do you do when it's hot? And it said, go into an air-conditioned building.
Yeah.
And I went ballistic. I said, what if there's no air conditioning?
Right.
What did people do? I mean, we've only had air conditioning for 100, 200 years.
If that.
If that.
And what if you've got if the grid goes down, air conditioning, you're not going to have it.
Exactly.
You're not going to
And I
have
thought, what a stupid comment to be top of the list. And so we did these couple of shows. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know, the government's telling us to prepare, the preachers are telling us to prepare, your heart's probably telling you to prepare.
Mhm.
Don't be caught flat-footed. If you at all can, I mean, even if it's buy a couple of cans of Spam for your cabinets so that you don't get hungry if you can't get to the grocery store. Think about the people up on a mountain that can't get down the mountain to the grocery store. People that, you know, have had to, you know, run
Right.
for their lives, but they did have time to pack their car, and you pack a little bit of food. Because my husband, this is a little bunny trail, but you know, I'm famous.
She's
for
famous
that.
for bunny trails.
My husband was in New Orleans 2 weeks after Katrina hit. I flew over Katrina the morning it was hitting. I'd been speaking out in the East and did not even know there was a hurricane out there. Now, how's that for having your head in the clouds? I had not had time to see any news programs, talk to anybody about it. I've been out there scouting models. And anyway, I flew over it, and it was like, oh, that looks like it does on TV, the clouds and the round and the little eye. It was kind of cool. But he was down there. Our church took in a semi of products to some people that we knew that had just moved down there, a pastor and his wife. And the wife was an old friend of Keith's and mine that had a wedding shop that moved the whole wedding shop down 2 weeks before the hurricane.
Yes. Yeah.
She had just gotten it all set up. And anyway, there was two motorhomes donated to go down. And so Keith and I were going to drive one. And my son said, Mom, you don't need to be down there. I'm going with Dad. And so I stayed home, and the two of them took the motorhome down. And it was horrific. Right. But there was nothing there that, you know, now the people who had some food in, you know, buckets, you can put it in a bucket, put a lid on it, it'll float. So they did have some things. So, but be prepared, because you never know whether it's a political thing or a nature thing or whatever. I mean, you don't know. So just go to the store, buy a little bit extra stuff, and have it. Yes, water. You can't live more than 3 days without water. You can live 30 without food if you have to, if you have some stores. Yes. You know? But you know, you have to have the water. And all these people that have dehydrated food, that's great, but you have to have water to hydrate it. Right. And in a flood, there's plenty of water, but do you have a way to clean it? Right. Oh, and on one of those things, I actually put a link for the water bottles. Right. I didn't know we were getting here. I would have brought one down to show you, but you can go scoop water out of a gutter and drink it with these. Barbara has them. I have them. My husband had. We have some around, because it doesn't matter where you are. Even in an airport, when we fly, we take those because we can fill it up anywhere instead of paying $8 for a bottle of water. And you do need to hydrate a lot on a plane. But I mean, even the stewardesses will fill it up, and then you have purified water to drink. So anyway, that's all an aside today. But yeah. We're going to be filming so much on this trip, so you can live vicariously through our trip. Yep. But if at all possible, you can get there. Do.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And it can,
meet new friends.
Meet new friends, and it can change the course of your life forever.
Yes.
Change the course of your life.
So we're the Mavens of Motivation, and this is your Motivation Monday. I hope you enjoyed it. And
let us know. Hey, and share it out.
Yes, please
share it out. And my thing too is that if you want something, if you want to hear about something, or if you would love to be on a podcast or a show, feel free to reach out to us. We have two different platforms that we bring guests on.
Yes.
Come and join us.
Yes. And
if you have a message that you want to get out there.
Yes. Yes.
It is never too late, no matter how old you are. One of the things that I still love, Grandma Moses, she didn't start painting until she was 88.
Well,
It's
and one of my
ne-
favorites is Colonel Sanders. Was
Colonel
like in
Sanders,
his
80
60s or
Oh
70s.
no, he was. I thought he was in his 80s. I thought
He
he was
may have
like
been in his
82.
like when
I
he
thought he-
started Colonel
when he
Sanders.
started
I
Colonel
need to get
Sanders.
my
We're gonna
ages right.
get their ages right. But you know what? So it's never too late. It's never too late. So that's it for us for today. Anything else we just have to say?
We love you.
Have fun this week.
Yes.
Do something fun for yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Big thing. I know we are.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Bye.
bye.